to the August 5th meeting of the Waterboro Town Council meeting. Everybody rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, welcome. We have no public hearings this evening. Any announcements, Dwayne?
No.
Dave?
I do not, thank you.
Gary?
Yes, we had our luncheon today at the Lions Club. We had a smaller crowd than usual, but still a good turnout. We did hot dogs and burgers. Next month, we still have to come up with our menu item, but that's going to be on September 9th, the second Tuesday at the Lions Club.
John, Renee?
No, thank you.
And, Matt, anything? Okay, any additions or deletions to the agenda? Good. We have no appointments tonight. Any public comment? Bridget?
Good evening.
Right.
Hello. My
Hello.
name is Bridget McCallum, and I am here tonight to talk about Waterboro Public Library and the building that holds Waterboro Public Library because, excuse my voice, this year it's 100 years old. So we're celebrating the centennial of the East Waterboro School, which was a grammar school built in 1925, and it opened its doors to its first students in January of 1926.
Educate me, please. So that was the East Waterboro High School?
No,
No.
East
grammar
Waterboro School, it was a grammar school.
Okay, so the M.R.S.A building was just a high school? Is how-
Massabesic didn't exist in
Didn't ex- oh, geez, okay.
1925.
Wow.
There was a Waterboro High School around that period, and I don't have the whole timeline, but it was at what is now the Lions Club.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the high school, and when it stopped being the high school, at some point after that, enough for the floors to warp, the library started as a bookmobile. And this is going to take a little memory, even short-term, because the Smart Shopper was in a building that was the post office. Before that, it was the Champion store. John and Betty Champion ran the store there. And Dennis, you could be my verifier as neighbor of those buildings. Thank you. And so where am I? So the bookmobile used to come from Portland or whatever was the Southern Maine Library District to stop in Waterboro periodically at the Champion store, which was also the post office. Okay. And the bookmobile then stopped its travel, and since Betty Champion and John were active lion and lionesses, because they were two separate, although affiliated clubs at that point, they decided that the Lions and Lionesses would take up the cause of having a library for Waterboro because there was no more bookmobile. And they took over the upper floor of the Lions Club, which became Massabesic Health Center up there, and now is Peck's Acupuncture. But it was at one time the library. The elevator was there so people could have access. They built these high bookcases after repairing the floors. And then when, as I understand it, and this is rough, the East Waterboro Grammar School became then the two-room kindergarten. Dennis, were you a kindergartner there or?
No, I
Grammar school?
went to first and second grade there, but
Okay.
back in
Some
56.
years,
I
okay.
went to kindergarten, first grade there.
And you
I
went to
was
kin-
old.
But RSU 57 took over that building at one point.
Yeah.
And then deeded it back to the,
So my understanding was that for some period of time, RSU 57 took it over. It was administrative offices. Bob Powers talked about that, a former superintendent and moderator of town meetings.
Yeah.
And then it was also, I understand, a special ed administrator's building. And that point, it was ceded over to the town, but the original deed to the town, as I understand it, was that it be for educational purposes, and a library was deemed as appropriate for educational purposes. Thanks. So in 1985, the Lions and Lionesses started a library at the former high school, Lions Club, and in 1990, it moved into the former East Waterboro School and all the rest of it. And there were issues with the buildings. There was asbestos, there was radon, and there was some degree of lead in the water, which were ameliorated. And I showed up 2002, I'd say, probably 2000 or so, and joined the Friends of the Library and then Trustees. And except for a couple of years recently, I've been a trustee all the way through. So I love the library. Took care of the gardens there and did the mosaic that's around the entrance and do stuff. So we would like to celebrate this 100th anniversary, and the reason I'm telling you all is to make it a public announcement that that's the case. We're going to do it on November 1st, which is a Saturday. And what I'm inviting, back in 2012, I organized a gathering of a lot of people who had been students in the school at the fire station, and we had a big square of tables, and Patrick from Saco River TV videotaped it. The quality is not perfect. There's a lot of talk that's not close enough to microphones, so you get some stories, but not everything. But many of the people who are in that video are no longer here, and it's already a historical, Gail Woodson, Bertha, whose last name I don't think I remember, but people who have been very active in the town were speaking then as former students. So what I'd like to do is to send out an invitation. I'm using social media, put it in the Reporter. This is another, hopefully, avenue to invite anybody for whom that building has been significant. You could have been a teacher, a student, a janitor, or a library patron or parent of kids. Anything in the history of the building that impacted you in some way, that you have a memory, and it could be any kind of a memory. I'd love to collect photographs and just little stories. And my town email address, Dave is going to put on the screen, I guess, bmccallum@waterboromaine.gov. So those can be sent to me, and if people have questions, they can send them to me also. But we'd really like to do something special.
That's a good idea.
It's a historic building in town, and we tried to build a new library, and that all went down the tubes around 2010 with the failing of the economy and the ending of federal earmarks. So we really had a lot of progress toward plans, a model, land, and it was not to be. And so then the next effort has been to build a library, rec department, community center, and COVID kind of shut that process down. So at this point, we have this historic building that many, many people love, and everything they said when we talked about building a new building was, well, we want to keep the feel of the old building. Well, it's kind of hard to do that in a new building with that funky little library we have right now. I mean, that's my favorite word for that, little funky library.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, and it does a ton of things. I just used ChatGPT for the first time today to make a little visual diagram of all the different kinds of activities. ChatGPT, does make mistakes, as they say.
Oh, it does.
But it gave me an idea for what I'll draw by freehand.
Good.
It'll be a lot cooler.
Thanks for doing that.
Good.
So thanks for giving me the time, and please.
Thanks for the history lesson, too. Nice.
Yeah, it's, when we come here later, it's good to know some things.
Yeah.
Have you considered reaching out to media, 6, 8, and 13?
Well, no,
The reason I'm asking is because that extends a lot more than Waterboro's website.
because
and
people don't all live in Waterboro. I see.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, just a
Do you have
thought.
any particular contacts, or do they have like a community line?
They would have a community.
April, how did we get the Old Homes Day
I
on?
have that information, I can
There you
share,
go.
I can share it with you.
Great,
There you go.
thank you, April. Okay, thanks all.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other public comment? If not, we'll move into the agenda. Correspondence, we do have the financial reports published. Motor vehicle report for June. The inside of York County Sheriff's Bulletin. If anybody needs a copy of that, just reach out to the any individual in the town office, and we can make sure that you get copies. Reports and staff initiatives, counselor reports, John, I'll start with you.
Nope.
Gary?
Yeah, I'd like to report on the Old Home Days. It went very well. Next year is going to be the 40th anniversary of it, and they were selected an 80s theme for that. Great volunteers that we have. It was a long day. Some of them got there at 6:30 in the morning. I'm sure somebody in the audience can verify that, and then leave till late that night, and they're back at Sunday morning to clean up. So it's a long day. So with that said, there's a great amount of, more than we've had in a while on the committee. I think they're up to 10, I think 8 or 10, which is good. Fireworks was really good. It's getting expensive. It's almost $11,000 for fireworks, but it's a heck of a nice display. Maybe we can get a corporate sponsor for that, like Hollis is getting theirs from Poland Spring. But some ideas are going to kick around. They're going to meet again in the fall, just to try to pre-plan for next year. Some things that were different this year, they did have a raffle similar to the Festival of Trees. That was very good success. I think it was like almost $1,200 they raised just from that. They gave away 46 bikes this year to children. They had to be in the crowd to be there to win it. Let's see, we had a bunch of inflatables. That went over really well as well. So it's just, with that said, I mean, they're going to start planning for next year, come this fall, and I believe the fundraising we got for this year was given to the first responders, Waterboro Fire Department, if I'm correct, Matt?
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
I got one question.
Yes, sir.
40 years or 60 years? I got 60 years over here counting.
You're counting Fireman's Field Days, though, or Pearl
No,
Street.
Yeah.
no, I'm counting the old home days.
April, can you help me out with that? I know April Webster gave me that.
I thought it was 40, but maybe we missed some years.
76. They had the bicentennial, and I thought that continued after that.
I guess we're gonna have to do some research.
Yep.
I know it went on in the early 80s at Friendship Park.
Maybe because of the years that we didn't do it.
I don't know.
That could be.
But I know it started in 76 and it continued, parade and whatnot, went from, I think that parade was started at Friendship Park and went this way. And then after that, they started it here and went to Friendship Park.
So if it was 76, that would put us 50 next year in 2026.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes.
So it could be that they've taken out the years that we didn't have it, maybe?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I don't know.
We'll make sure it's
Yeah.
accurate.
We'll do some research and make sure that that's.
There might have been a year or two that they didn't have it, but,
To my knowledge.
I don't
there's been
remember it,
The
you know.
COVID times, and then the 1 year that they were gonna cancel the committee because they didn't have any members,
Right.
and then the rest of us came in.
yeah. Because it was down to M.R.S.A for a while, and then it was up to Friendship Park, and they bounced it back and forth.
But maybe disputed, you just have to settle on a date and say
That's
the
right.
anniversary.
We'll
Won't be the
definitely
end of
make
the
sure
world.
we
Yeah.
figure
Dave,
that out.
anything?
I do not.
Dwayne?
No, I have nothing.
And I'm all set. Matt?
Few things. Let's see. I'm sorry to pass along that Nancy St. Anne's husband did pass away early today. Our thoughts are with her and her family. No updates from Attorney Ben McCall regarding the ongoing Secocas Trail issue. We see something soon from him. As you all know probably now, we did send a draft contract to the York County Sheriff's Office. We did get an initial response back from the county manager, and the proposal we submitted was based on our budget that we've used for, Amber and I looked at the previous 3 years, and our cost for the contract deputy was right around $200,000. We did include that original $200,000 in the budget, and in the draft language of the contract I sent to them was that we would supply a car and they supply a car. And I did that because of the request, and that we learned that the contracts they provide for the sheriff, for the school doesn't pay for any cruisers. So we asked to split the cost. The response back was essentially they would like to look at a flat rate for the deputy, estimated at about $65 per hour, and an hourly charge for the car at 21, roughly the FEMA rate, which shows for a Ford Explorer at $21.99. That's roughly $43,000 per vehicle. Grand total for the two positions and the vehicles would be about $360,000 is what they're projecting. I told them that we don't have that budgeted because it's $160,000 more than we have. And his response that he suggested maybe we look at one deputy. Public Works updates. That's on the agenda tonight, but our recommendation is to award the bid to Patco Construction for $2,370,517 with the options identified. You do have a resolution in order in your packet tonight for signatures. We have sold the 2013 ambulance. It was posted on municipal bid, and we sold it for $8,100, so it should be picked up next week. We did meet with contractor J.P. Carroll for the heat pumps to get an estimate. They're working on that. Hopefully we'll see that back soon. Fencing, we discussed a few weeks ago, I think with the Public Safety Committee as well. Fencing was completed at Friendship Park this last week by Tatro Fencing. Looks great. One thing you'll notice also in the agenda tonight, and the attorney wanted a little bit more robust language in the lease documents, but for the fire truck that we voted on last month, so we've updated that document for you tonight. One thing just to bring to your attention is in the new charter, while we were reviewing the postings and information for the bond, there's language in section 703 that the attorneys had suggested needs to be removed and either updated or just completely removed. Section 703 talks about general and special elections shall be published in the annual town report, which doesn't exist before the election for purposes of the warrant. And that it also would have to be posted, the warrant would be posted in the newspaper, given that has a general circulation. We've looked at this before. I had sent communications off to Representative Woodsum asking for some assistance from the state because it's in state law, and they essentially, it looks like the Portland Press is the one that's widely used for circulation purposes. If we had to post the entire warrant article in the Portland Press Herald, it'd be extremely expensive. So those were their suggestions. I did highlight this. I did save a copy of that section in the miscellaneous folder for you so you could read it when you have time. But if we were to do that, then more than happy to help us with the process. But we don't have enough time for November to do that. And let's see what else. And just a reminder that I won't be here next week. But that's it.
Okay. Any questions for Matt? Let's move on. 9A is discuss vote to appoint a member to the Public Safety Committee.
I make a recommendation that we appoint Matthew Jackson as a new member of the Public Safety Committee.
Seconded.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Discuss vote to accept the Chelsi Burns resignation from the Assessing Board of Review, the Library Board of Trustees, and the Community Garden Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just a huge thank you for
Yep.
her time and commitment
Right.
for all of those committees.
Absolutely.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. Discuss and vote to appoint a member to the Budget Committee.
I'll make a motion that April Tucker be appointed to the Budget Committee.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Let me get back to my agenda. Discuss vote to sign a quitclaim deed for map 46, lot 2-097.
I'll make that motion that we accept that quitclaim deed for map 046 lot 002-097.
Second.
Any further discussion? And made the changes?
It's in your folder.
Okay. All those in favor? Okay. 9D and 9E, discuss vote on the resolution order for financing of the DPW garage.
Also saved, but
I'm going to abstain from this discussion.
located in this miscellaneous folder as well, but that is your, for the bond council, the issuance of up to 2.6 million in general obligation bonds to finance new public works garage. And then this will allow the treasurer, Amber, to begin the process that we can secure those funds. And as a footnote in this document, or the bond, reflects on the previous charter that was in place before the new one became effective on July 1st, 2025. The posting requirements were different in the previous charter.
And all this has already been voted and approved in the previous election. So
Correct.
I would make that motion as you just read. Make that a motion to accept as you just read.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? And 401 abstention.
Might want
Nine.
to just comment in the minutes that it's a conflict of interest.
Right. 9F, discuss vote of the resolution order for the bid award for the DPW garage.
Make
So-
a motion that we would award the bid, the only bid, to Patco Construction.
Second.
Was not the only bid, though.
No,
Correct.
Well, we had, well, let me rephrase that.
Okay.
The only bid within budget, because the second company came in
Right.
quite a bit over budget.
over budget in a smaller building.
Right.
I'll still second the motion.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I'm abstaining.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Just information for you real
Oh, I'm sorry.
quick. Just that contract that we have for PAPCO, we won't sign until we secure the financing, our insurance for builder's risk, and the other required items that were in the contract. So we won't sign it initially today, but once we get the financing established.
Do you have an idea of a time frame on that for financing to be?
No. But I'm hoping within a few weeks, hopefully, we can have it figured out, wrapped out. But,
We should know more maybe tomorrow.
yeah, we're meeting, we meet tomorrow, so.
But I mean, we're talking 30 days or so before. we
I'm
do
hoping
something.
less than that, but yeah.
Right, but
Yes,
it shouldn't be
yeah.
any more than that.
Yeah.
Once we
Okay.
vote on it, and they get it all in, we won't have to vote on it again, so all we gotta do is stop in and sign it.
I just would want to make sure we get it signed sooner than later. If
Yes.
I don't want to run into a Sanford scenario.
Yeah,
No, so you've done that with your first resolution.
Yep,
This one here, once we'll sign off, once you award, then we'll sign the contract.
perfect.
Okay. Any further discussion? Do we have a motion?
Yeah,
You already
401, John abstained.
no, we ain't voted on it yet.
That was for 90.
Right.
Oh, John, I'm sorry, John Speed abstained. Yeah, you didn't vote on it yet. Sorry.
All those in
Motion.
favor? 4-0-1 abstention. 9G, discuss and vote to approve the updated resolution order for the January 17th,
June.
I'm sorry, June 17th, 2025, for the pumper tanker. And that's the one that you have in your hand, or highlighted.
I just gave it to you, so whoever-
Yep.
you can pass it on.
In just summary for you, the attorney, obviously we had a different attorney that has used orders or resolutions before, and she was acceptable with it. She wanted it to be a little more robust and follow the same template that she uses, so she provided us with her new template, which she provides a legal opinion on this lease as well.
Yeah.
It's been updated.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion and we accept the resolution as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? H, discuss vote to approve the renewal liquor license for the New Asian Taste Restaurant. And it's all done electronically now, and so Laura has to notify Angela
Code
that
enforcement.
we approved it, so.
I'll make the motion that we renew the liquor license for the New Asian Taste Restaurant.
Second.
Any discussion?
Has the code enforcement and fire marshal signed off on it already
Yes.
with no problems? And the sheriff's office has no issues with water, right?
I missed it then.
Okay.
Not that I was told.
Yep.
All those in favor? Opposed? Discuss vote to approve the catering license for Rustic Taps at the York County Blues Festival. What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Second.
Blues Festival is
The 16th,
the 15th?
16th.
Okay, or 16th? Third Saturday. Right, third Saturday. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Old business, discuss vote to, on council liaisons to the boards and committees.
If you're okay with the list, you probably don't need to.
Yeah, so we just need to change the title to councilors, because it still says selectmen. Gary, you were cemetery committee.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, community garden committee. I represent the vote at Eco Maine. The alternate is Josh Andrews. Library trustees, John Bell. Old Home Days, Gary Fecto. Planning board is me with the alternate Dwayne. Public Safety Committee is Dave Charette, and Zoning Board of Appeals, Dwayne, alternate John Bell.
Make a motion, we keep it as is. It's not broke.
Second. I'll second that.
I will make a motion, comment that any of these committees that meet in the afternoon and you guys can't go, I don't have a problem stepping in and, meeting in the afternoons or mornings or whatever, as long as I know a week or so ahead so that I can plan it, but
Okay.
I can be available.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Discuss a vote to accept the minutes of the July 15th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Pending decisions, we've got the AR zone change request from Steve Everett sent to the planning board. We have not got a comment back from the planning board. You're all set with the week's action list. Anybody that wants to add something to the agenda, please reach out to me or Laura. Items needing signature, quitclaim deed, and other resolutions in here?
Well, I did the agenda before the resolution came, so I
Okay.
didn't know I had to
Alright.
sign.
We have to do
I wasn't
agent
sure
taste
how they were
and
doing
Yep.
that.
then the other licensing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not signing the license anymore,
Right,
because that's all electronic.
We just
and
have
the
to
public
approve
was
it.
a motion.
That includes the Blues Festival one too.
Do you,
Yeah.
and you have the resolution for them to sign, the one of them, correct?
Yep. We have the one for the bond to sign, and then the quitclaim deed.
Old
Dave?
Home Days,
Mhm.
2011 was the 25th anniversary, which means next year is the 40th year. There's an article in the Press Herald in 2011 talking about the dearth of volunteers and the possibility of it going away, and they mentioned that they had just celebrated the 25th anniversary that year.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
good.
Thanks for that, Dave.
All right, other than that, if there's no other business, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you, and good night.